welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel and we are at Turn of the Century Antiques, which is our doll shop out here in Denver, Colorado, and it is also home of the Virtual Doll Convention. So what a wild ride we have been having over the last, since we started basically, but of course over the last year. We have today is 1 year since we had Tonner Fest last year. Christopher and I were just thinking about that and reminiscing that 1 year ago is when Robert was out here and we had our big event, and time has just flown so much. And it is also Christopher's 1 year anniversary. So congratulations on being on the team fully for an entire year, Christopher. It's his basically a 2 year anniversary, but 1 year since he started full time here at the shop. So that is very exciting. But what are we doing right now? Well, in this video, we are going to be showing you some of the wonderful additions that we have been eagerly anticipating to complement some of the fashions that have been in our boxes or our releases over the last couple of months. So we're talking fashion in this video, and we have some beautiful Robert Tonner dolls behind us right here. So this marks the end right now of several of our subscriptions. Well, not several, two of them. The Ello subscription, which ended last month for the last box, which was Ello Air. So much fun. And then our Grace subscription, where we went on a wild ride. Our box right now that we are putting out and putting together and just working so hard to get your boxes to you is the beautiful Cinderella gown, which is just amazing. But over the last 12 months, I think we should probably do a video where we show all of the outfits that we did for an entire year for Grace. But why we're here is because a lot of us have purchased Grace's mystery dress, which we're going to do another mystery dress again next month. Mystery dresses to me are so much fun because half of it is the element of surprise. What am I going to get? Don't worry, we're your homies. We're never gonna steer you wrong. We're always gonna make sure it's something great, but we're gonna reveal that in this video. And then we have some wonderful additions that we have been waiting for, which is our Ello Air companion and the Puddle Jumper boots and a new pair of shoes, 2 new pairs of shoes. So we're gonna bring in our fashion guru, Christopher, and let's talk some fashion. Hi, Christopher.
Hello, hello.
So how are you feeling? It's been a year full time,
yeah.
And we've been doing box after box after box.
Yeah,
here we are.
It's the passage of time is strange, especially like post COVID. Everything feels like very, my ability to gauge the passage of time is cooked. It doesn't work anymore, but it's been a wild year, and you know, this is nostalgic in some way. This is exciting because there are lots of things that we promised would be here or available to you, maybe somewhat recently, and maybe, you know, it's been a little bit of time since we said that, you know, those things would be here for you, and they have arrived. So I'm excited to share some accessories or garments that we've had in the works that we've been, you know, trying to get to you for some time, and I want to sort of talk about what that is. So we know that you've all been, you know, waiting with bated breath, lots of anticipatory energy around this mystery dress, and we have one for you now with Grace. This is really, really pretty. It's sort of a classic sheath silhouette with a asymmetrical sort of pattern and waist tie in a really nice pale, almost Bermuda pink and black accent. Sort of vintage 60s inspired, very classy, timeless, something you might get, you know, waddling down New York, Fifth Avenue, for something that is very chic and very maybe dinner appropriate, very feminine, and sort of timeless. This has some really great vintage charm and fits really, really nicely. It's a sort of jersey cotton, so it has a stretch. It presses really nicely. I, as always, encourage you to iron and press your things, because even if you're not photographing them, I think it's so much easier and maybe more pleasant to just enjoy them when they are, you know, nice and smooth. But it's a really, really great little dress with a zipper, zips right up, and I really like this one. I think this has a sort of understated simplicity that I really opt for. Like, I'm generally not like, I know this is maybe, it sounds contradictory to a lot of the things that I style, but I actually really do gravitate towards simplicity in lots of ways. Maybe that is, you know, aggressive color blocking in sort of a simple way, as opposed to maybe like a, you know, loud pattern or something. I think this is really an A+. And it's perfect for the season. It's just the right length at the knee. It's a little, short sleeve. I'm very happy with this one. And I will say, I think a perfect complement to it is the new wig. So if you're looking for something that is a little bit, timeless 60s glamour, it's a little bit like First Lady. It's a little bit, tea party, garden, luncheon. It feels very well-to-do for sure. This one's really fun. Thank you everybody for your eager enthusiasm for this one. These pieces have already sold out, but this is just sort of a topping on the, end of the season for Grace. We just released a sort of bonus outfit for you. And I really, really like this one. Again, not a huge fan of purple, but this really pale lilac is so lovely. The lace has a nice sort of gilded effect with some strings of gold, and the hair is actually phenomenal. I really like it on this Grace with those nice bright green eyes and sort of reddish, rusty paint in the brows. It's really flattering for something like this. And then of course a complementary color would be purple. So if you happen to have any of, if you have red hair, maybe you bought the Grace Basic number 2 from the most recent release, this dress would be beautiful on her. Any sort of pop of red or pop of green would be A+. And this has some really great body, really great movement, and I love a curly hair moment, so I'm very happy with this one. Over the last month, we wrapped up our Ello subscription season 1, and that was very, very exciting to be a part of that project. And the finale piece of that season was Ello Air. And we have a sort of thing that is, constantly putting out different ideas and different, throwing anything to the wall to see what sticks in context of something else that's happening. We're always trying to find another compatible anchor piece for anything. There's a constant process of trial and error and, elimination and what have you, ramble. This is all to say that we had a dress come in recently over the last several months that when it arrived, I thought initially would be a really fantastic companion piece for the actual box outfit. And it came in this awful blue color. I said, the dress is great actually, but can we get it in any other colors? And so we have these really delightful little fitted sort of mermaid silhouette, flight attendant complementary pieces with that lovely little neckerchief, and that flounce at the hem is so pretty. We've been a very big fan of not only polka dots, but this particular polka dot fabric this season, so we are, very fittingly sort of rounding out the season with more of it. Our apologies for the delay, but these were intended to go with the sort of finale month with Ello. With that said, I think that they actually do flatter each other nicely, and I would go so far as to say you could pop the jacket maybe open over the top of either of these, throw on that little pillbox hat or maybe the bag, and it's a great little compliment. And with this dress, I was really excited to have a shoe that matched. So if you want to play with a really pale, almost powder blue with that sort of cobalt in the box outfit, or maybe a little bit of black, a little bit of both, these pieces are some of my favorites. And again, they fit really nicely. Just sort of, actually, it's the same material that we're using in the Grace Mystery dress. It's sort of a jersey cotton, a little bit stretchy, presses really nicely, and both the black and the blue are just gorgeous. I'm a fan of this one on Nima. Again, great sort of pairing with that new Casey wig. I think that's so cute. It feels very 60s, a little bit twiggy, a little bit right, the sweet spot right in between like glamour and mod. And I'm very happy with these. Again, I just think the silhouette on this is so timeless and so pretty. Pair it with pearls, pair it with gloves, pair it with anything you want to. It's a really great thing to theoretically sort of, quote unquote mix and match. Not that the garment does much of that itself, but it lends itself to endless accessorizing possibilities. But we also have more shoes. That blue pair is not the only one. There's actually quite a few pairs of shoes for this whole lineup. I'm going to take Ello in here out of our display. This was if you remember, a hot minute ago for berry picking, we released a whole sort of miniature collection of add-ons, complimentary pieces for that box with berries and cherries, and there was, garments in that sort of spoke to that theme. And I had hopes that from a design that we used for Valentine's Day, a really delightful little white patent leather slingback, a Vivienne Westwood inspired shoe, we sent another inspiration image to our factory to say, can we get a pair of shoes with cherries on them. And months went by and there were lots of, again, trial and error sorts of things. And they came in and we both just sort of giggled because they're just the right amount of whimsical and ridiculous. They are beautiful shoes. I love the scale of the cherries. I think they really are perfect for this. And they complement this particular dress so nicely. The focal point of this dress is that tiny pop of color that you're getting with the leaves and the fruit. It's just a nice bright little kiss of color, but everything else is stark being white. I just think it's very simple and pretty. And so the white shoe with that little pop of color just really like scratches an itch in my brain. It just like feels good. I love it on this Ello. If you have any pieces from that, either the box or that sort of miniature collection, it really would flatter and complement any of those pieces. You could just as easily do it with that dress from the box, that red and white polka dots. I think the black and white would be beautiful, mixed and match that to your heart's content as you'd like. Anyway, I mentioned forever ago, like, they're coming! And the shoes took a little bit longer than we were hoping. So thank you for your patience. I hope that you love them half as much as I do. They bring me such a glimmer of joy. They're just the silliest thing, and these are one of the pieces that I envy Ello for, that I can't, have for myself. If only I could, I really would love to wear these. They're so, so cute. Great little accent with the buckle and that sling back around the heel. They're a lower heel. They're just a really sort of sweet, sort of vintage inspired, late 50s, early 60s little time capsule of a shoe. I love them. And then last but not least, we also had, I'm realizing this whole video is a little bit like things that we couldn't add into other stuff when we wanted to. This is sort of our like late collection. So again, thank you. One of the things that I was hoping to get for the rain walking ensemble, which was actually just a coat and boots, it was such a perfect pairing with other pieces we were releasing for the season, but I was really, really hoping to get a particular pair of rain boots as an add-on you could get in addition to the other ones that come with that sort of outfit. And we've got some here. This is really, it's very rude of me to be picking these up by their heads, but thank you, Ello, for your graciousness. The rain boots that we have, these are some really, really cute 60s puddle jumping boots, and we've got a zipper at the back. These come in red and black and a beautiful bright yellow. I love that they are a fully transparent, clear PVC plastic boot with a nice little bit of detailing. The silhouette of this in the front and at the side is just very cute, very retro. A square toe, very cute. We don't have anything really right now with a square toe, so I found that to be really charming. A bright cherry red, a true cool tone primary Crayola red. It's just gorgeous. And if you have the rain walking outfit, that comes with a black belt, and I think the way that that pairs with those black boots is really wonderful. I'd mentioned when we released Summer Shopping that this particular, they both do a little bit, but it's more evident with this fuchsia color variation that there is actually little streams of black in this. Actually, that's a pretty good streak right there. That I think, it's such a sort of bright, fun, jovial combination of colors that maybe your first instinct is not to pair black with this, but that you could if you wanted to. And I love the way that Summer Shopping wears with rain walking. And if you're using that accessory to your advantage, it's a perfect opportunity to put a black boot with it. Not to mention they're both patent leather. So I think this really is match made in heaven. This to me is its full final form. It's the final evolution, so to speak. I love the way that these all wear together, and I think they're meant to be. Of course, it is also worth noting that both of these garments were inspired by fashions from the same book and of the same period. We used inspiration for this that is very much of the same era. So this being compatible doesn't surprise me, but I am really satisfied with the way that it comes out, especially on Ello. The vibe of this just feels right for her. And I love that boot, you guys. I love these boots. They're just delightful. So pair these with anything. Of course, you can use any pop of black, but black goes with so many colors. Anyway, it is versatile. Perhaps, puddle jumping in black, again, does not feel super intuitive for something like a rainy season, but I love it. You know, when the rain comes out, I like a little like sad girl playlist and a latte to like walk around in the drizzle. These are for that, and I think Ello understands that vibe. And I suppose lastly, we have the yellow pair to show you. So these are on Nima in the sort of teal aqua variation of summer shopping. Again, featured with rain walking. You don't need to wear a raincoat with this, but like, I think it makes sense. We do actually still have these coats available if you want the rain walking ensemble. It comes with that black belt and a pair of beautiful red patent leather rain boots for Ello that also fit Grace, and that is in the Land and Sea boutique on the Virtual Doll Convention website, so go get those. It's not too late to celebrate rainy season. In fact, we're expecting some today, so, you know, mazel. That is to say, I think the little pop of gold, both in Nima's paint and in the earrings, and just a little bit of that in the print of the dress, lends itself to a compliment of yellow, but also a direct, you know, reference to the yellow. It flatters her so nicely, and this might be my favorite of the three. When I think, you know, raincoat, galoshes, you know, April, something showery, I go to yellow. And so this not only really feels intuitive in that way to me, but also is so pretty, and it's a great shoe. I don't know what else to say about them. I really do love them. I have not tried these on Grace, but I don't have a good feeling about it. They are perfectly fitted for Ello, famously, who has shorter, smaller feet than Grace does. I can't recommend these enough. They have a great little zipper they slide right on, and if you have any of those other pieces from, you know, any of the collections we've released, whether or not you do, really, they work with the boxes, they work with mix and match pieces. They are so delightful. So I hope that you enjoy them. Again, thank you for your patience as we've been sort of, you know, finagling ways to get these products to you and making sure that they were really right before we did. There's such a, you know, pruning process that so many of these pieces go through, and lots of edits that need to be made. So while you're waiting for them, just know that we are trying in that time to get them to be as perfect for you as possible. With that said, enjoy all of your new pieces. Go shop them, go enjoy them. Take photos, show us what you like. We always appreciate getting feedback and inspiration from you. It's much more helpful to us than you might realize. So I guess that does it. Thank you to everybody that's been on the Grace subscription, that's been on the Ello subscription, and seeing how, especially for Ello too, that like this is our first season of this, and really sort of getting our bearings and hearing your feedback and understanding what it is that you celebrate and maybe things that you wish you could have in that subscription. And trust and believe, we're message received, we listen to you. Thank you for sort of being along for this journey of nostalgia today, for constantly celebrating the fun of play that we get to have with especially these Tonner dolls. They're so beautiful. I'm really grateful to be a part of it, and I know that sounds sort of empty sometimes, but like I mean that. Like this has been such a really eye-opening, incredible learning experience that I'm having so much fun doing, and it would be nothing without, you know, all of you. So thank you very much. Sappy, heartfelt note of appreciation, and I hope that this satiates you, at least for the time being, in between seasons, because we have some incredible pieces coming up for the next season, and I can't relay anything too, you know, I can't say too much, but just know that you are in for some real treats for both Grace and Ello. Please, if it can, allow this to sort of tide you over until then. And like Rachel said, we have another mystery dress dropping next month too, so stay tuned. The boutique always has something new, and our, you know, accounts will tell you in the meantime what's dropping next. But until then, au revoir.